Hello everyone, welcome to the Cloverdale Colts U18A2 highlight show. We have finally reached that point of the season where we have made the playoffs. All the regular season games and exhibition games and tournaments are done. It's time to start deciding which teams will enter the Tier 2 Provincials in Port Moody in March. So how this works is every team in the Tier 2 division will play one game to decide if they are going to head off into the Provincials bracket or if they will head into the President's Series playoff bracket. There are 18 teams in the Tier 2 division. The bottom four have already played off to eliminate two teams. So we're down to 16 teams. One plays 16, two plays 15, and so on. The Colts are ranked 7th in the division, and they will be taking on the 10th place team here today. This is a team from Vancouver, the Vancouver Thunderbirds A2 team. That team, the Colts have played twice this year, but it's been a while. They played them once in the exhibition season, a 5-0 victory for the Colts. However, that Vancouver team had not yet made their cuts or made their final team, so they had a lot of players in that game that are not on the team here today. They also played each other in the tiering round. That was a 4-1 victory for the Colts. So Colts will be the favorite here today, higher ranked, but they're not that much higher in rank, so it will be a tight contest presumably. The entire Colts roster is playing today, dressed and in the lineup, and as you see they're warming up, Logan will be getting the start in this game. So let's head to the first period highlights and see how they did. And the Colts are going to get the first chance in this game. You see Jackson knock that puck down along the wall, put it to Seth, and he's going to backhand it out front to Jesse. He swings and misses, and then Riley picks up the puck, but his shot is blocked by the Vancouver defender. We're just barely a minute into this game, and here we see Vancouver shoot it in from center on net, and it's going to bounce awkwardly off Logan and pop right out in front of the net. The first Vancouver player gets it poked off its stick, but then it goes right to a second layer Vancouver player, unchecked, coming in late, and he deposits that into the empty net, and quickly Vancouver is up 1-0. Next we see Riley move this puck up to Jordan, and as he loses it along the wall and reaches back for it, he gets slashed by that Vancouver player, so that's going to be a penalty for Vancouver. We see on the ensuing face-off, Colts get right to work. Jesse chases this puck down behind the net. He's going to swing around behind, put it up the wall to Riley, who's going to walk towards the middle. And Jesse goes back to the front of the net. When he does that, shot, tip downwards. Colts have tied this game back up at 1 with a power play goal. This play here, we're going to see just Patrick retrieve it, and he's going to try and flip it out, and it almost hits the net to prevent the icing, but it is ultimately an icing, and so we go down to the other end after that, and on the ensuing face-off, this puck is going to rattle around. The Colts can't find it, and it comes to that Vancouver player at the side of the net. He fires it home on the short side, and Vancouver has restored their lead. It's 2-1. The series of unfortunate events continues for the Colts as right off the next face-off, this puck's going to get put down low. It goes off of Karn's stick, and as Orson goes to play it, they run into each other. The forward goes down below the goal line as well, leaving a player right in front, but that happens to squeak by them harmlessly out, and the Colts dodge a bullet. And now they're down on the other end. Zach working along the wall, puts a puck out. Mitchell, no-look pass out to Tyler. He rips that one on the short side. Looks like it hits the goalie's blocker and goes wide. Colts keep coming, looking to tie. First there's a shot by Jesse that gets blocked down low. Jackson retrieves it, put back up front to Jesse. Gets a shot on net, but the goalie slides across and covers it up. Here's Vancouver, going to try to extend the lead. They throw it down low. There's a scramble in front. It gets put on net, kicked out by Logan. That rebound is going to get turned around here. Arch is going to put this down ice. Jordan going in on the right, and you can see Noah trying to create space for him, but he crosses the line in doing so, and that's going to be an interference penalty that's going to send the Colts to the penalty kill. And here they are on that penalty kill. This player off screen is going to walk around Orson, and as he cuts to the middle, Orson's forced to hook him on the hands. So that's going to put the Colts down 5-on-3. Here we see the Colts doing a good job of staying in a triangle in front, and Vancouver's left with just this one-timer opportunity that Logan comes across and makes a good save on. So penalty is over. Vancouver trying to get a chance down low. Instead, it's going to get turned over, and here's going to be Jesse racing back the other way. He's going to go wide with it. His centering pass is blocked, but right to Jackson, who slides it over to Seth, who can't find the handle on it to tap it into the empty net. Good chance there by the Colts. Colts are going to get one last scoring chance as the clock winds down. There's Jordan out front receiving that pass on margin, but he can't connect. So we go to the second period, 2-1 still. Seth's pass is going to get deflected back to him down below the goal line, and he does well to see Mitchell alone in front, and he gets good wood on that, gets it up high, but the goalie flashes the glove and makes a really nice save to keep it 2-1. Here's a scary scene for the Colts as that dump in up high takes a weird bounce when it lands on the ice and almost skips to the left and puts Logan in a bad spot, but he does make a save. Next up, we see a puck skip past the Vancouver defender, so two Colts are going to go racing after it, try to create an opportunity, but one of them gets hauled down. I believe that was Zach. So the Colts are now on a much-needed power play to get back in this game, and Jackson's going to walk down the left flank and make an amazing pass through the seam over to Tyler, one-times it on net, but the Vancouver goalie comes across and makes a save before he eventually covers that up. And on top of all that, to add insult to injury, the Colts get a penalty there as Jesse came into that scrum and put a mild cross-check into that player's back. It's called by the referee, so now it's 4-4, and Vancouver does get this chance right off a draw, the ensuing draw at the other end, but Logan makes a save. This next sequence of plays starts off with a risky play by the Vancouver player right at the line. Almost had that picked off by Zach, but it goes low, and that one goes just wide, unable to tap it in. So Colts again dump it out, and as that player, same player who made the risky play, turns it over. There's Zach racing in the other way, puts it high in the blocker, but unfortunately it goes over the net. Colts do really well to stay on side there on the change. Arjun's going to bring that down, put a shot in from the side, and Jordan's going to come in on the backhand. Does get shoveled out on net, but the goalie makes a save. Here come the Colts again on the forecheck, down in behind the net. They're going to separate them from the puck, put it out front to Seth, puts the shot on net, but again the goalie is there to turn it aside. Here's more pressure by the Colts, trying to tie this game. Lyndon Cameron moves in, puts that up high, hits Seth with it, but Seth does then throw it right on net. There are players in front, looks like Noah jamming away at it. Vancouver tries desperately to get it out. Lyndon keeps it in again and then throws it towards the net again, and Jesse's right in front, tips it up high, but it goes over the crossbar. So a frustrating end to the second period. Colts unable to tie it, still down 2-1. Early in the third, we see this Seth, Jesse, and Jackson combo going to work again. There's the shot on net by Seth, and Jesse's there looking for the rebound. This line has been all over the ice, and they're continuing to look to try to tie the game for the Colts. And that's looking to be significantly harder, as we see here, down low, that puck's going to get thrown out front, player unchecked, slides it home on the far side, but at the same time that's happening, Lyndon knocks that player down into the net, and you can see the net move. So with the net slightly ajar off its moorings, the referees are going to discuss this behind the net while the players wait it out. And you see the referee is eventually going to decide this is no goal. It's going to reset it back to 2-1. And as we have a look at it again, you see there, the puck is in the net now, and there the player falls and the net moves. So the puck was clearly in before it moved. It was a very close call, though. Ultimately no goal to the Colts' benefit. So back we go to the other end. Colts looking to tie. There's a one-time slap shot from Orson, and we slow it down so you can see the puck bounce up in the air and then land on the back of the Vancouver defender and roll away from the net. So an unlucky bounce for the Colts in front of the net. And then that's going to lead to this. Here we see as Vancouver's coming across the line, that player holds up and Trevor comes in from behind and knocks him down. So that's a checking from behind penalty, putting Vancouver to the power play. And here they move it up ice, cross the line, quickly across, and that player whips it to the glove side. A power play goal by Vancouver to stretch the lead to 3-1 with about 7 minutes left in the game. Colts are in a tough spot, but they respond well and really turn up the heat. Here we see a pass out front to Jackson, who's had many chances all game, right in front, gets a shot, gets turned to the corner by the goalie, and then it's going to eventually come back around to the far side and slides it through. Jackson there again. This time it hops over his stick as he gets taken down. But they keep coming off the next face-off. Orson throws it at the net. Jackson tips it. Then Seth puts it out front to Jesse, swings at it, can't make contact though. The Colts are going to continue to apply pressure. This Vancouver player is going to skate around the wall with it, push it up to that other player, and as they play the puck, Jesse catches them from behind. That's going to be called a charging penalty by the referee. So that's going to make it even more difficult for the Colts, as they're going to have to now kill a penalty. And with just 6 minutes left, they're really running out of time. However, on the penalty kill, in the corner off screen where you couldn't quite see it, Orson was in a puck battle with the Vancouver player, and he ends up getting held as the puck goes loose to the other Vancouver players. So the Colts are now up 6-on-4 with players after having pulled their goalie. And here's some really nice cross-ice passing. Jackson over to Arjun after he'd received the pass from Tyler. Arjun has a good look, and you can see the frustration there as he wings that on net, and the goalie does make the save. The Colts keep coming, though, with a furious last 4 minutes in an attempt to tie this. Again, Tyler with a nice pass over to Jackson. This time he elects to shoot after getting control of the puck. Here he come again. There's Jesse with a shot that bounces out to Arjun. He puts it out high to the point. It's going to go over to Riley. He throws it at the net, kicked out, and Jackson's there for the rebound, and again he puts that on net, and yet another save from the Vancouver goalie. Vancouver is looking to salt this one away with an attempt at the empty net. They're going to turn that puck over, throw it towards the empty net. Nobody there to block it, but the player just misses the net, so that allows the Colts one more try. Jackson again picks up that loose puck, skates all the way in, just slides it wide on the glove side. It does get another shot on net from Patrick that's tipped onto the net by Jesse, but another save by the Vancouver goalie. One last try by the Colts as Patrick throws that on the net, and it bounces around like a tennis ball in front, but nobody can get a hold of it, and that's going to run the clock out. An incredibly disappointing loss for the Colts. They are now knocked out of the playoffs, at least the Provincials playoffs. They'll be heading into the President's Series and still have a chance to win a banner there, but they did have hopes to possibly make the Final Four this year. They were the 7th ranked team, so they weren't a favorite to do so, but they were definitely favored to get past the first round. But that is the downside to these one-game playoffs. You can run into a hot goalie. Overall, the Colts outshot the Vancouver team 43-21 in this game, unable to find more than one goal, though, in those 43 shots, and ultimately that will cost them a 3-1 loss here in this playoff game. So let's have a quick look at the stat sheet for the game. Jesse scoring the only goal of the game. He did have 8 shots on net as well. So an excellent outing, like we said, for Jesse. That whole Jackson line as well with Seth having an excellent night, and they got rewarded with extra ice in the third period. We'll have a quick look at the overall stats for the season. Jesse now within 8 points of Zach at the top of the table, and Riley with his assist is now 6 points clear as the highest scoring defenseman on the team. So the Colts are out of the running for a trip to the Provincials, but they are still in the playoffs. They have to play in this President's Series you can see on your screen. So let's have a look at the teams they will be facing. There's that team from Coquitlam, an A1 team. That's a Flight 1 team that was upset by a weaker team. So they got shuffled off to the President's Series and will face the Colts. We see Semiahmoo, Port Moody, and Richmond, all teams that are in the Colts division that they played all year, plus 2 teams, Langley and Burnaby A2, from a lower division. These teams will all play each other once, round-robin format, and the team at the top of the standings at the end of those games will be awarded the President's Series banner. So here we see the schedule for the Colts. The first game of this next round of playoffs will be on Tuesday, February 18th against the Semiahmoo A1 team, a team that the Colts have beaten this year. And that's it for this one, folks. We'll see you at the next game.